This whole week for Donald Trump is nothing more than a shit show. Starting with that god-awful address to Congress in which Representative Al Green of Texas, no relation to Mary Jean Taylor Greene, decided to scream about Medicare and Medicaid, which I support. But the hypocrisy part is that he was removed when we have 3 years worth of Mary Jean Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert screaming during the State of the Union address by Joe Biden. And lie after lie after lie after lie after lie during that speech, reiterating the fact that he's the toughest of the tough, the baddest of the bad, the greatest of the great, when he's really nothing but a clown. And what's worse about it is that he brings up a kid who's dying from brain cancer, parading him around like some sort of puppet. And to make matters worse, he's cutting funding from cancer research, making sure that that boy that he paraded around, that he sort of patted on the back, that he made an honorary Secret Service agent, is going to be on his deathbed at some point. And I wish to God that doesn't happen. Because even if he does make it through this, his life has been completely destroyed. Whenever someone Googles his name, that photo with Donald Trump and that video of Donald Trump is going to show up. Not to mention the tariffs he's pushed on Canada and Mexico that are going to put a lot of Americans in very dangerous positions. And then on the 11th hour, after seeing how bad the stock market was doing, the crash that was taking place, he pulls back on the tariffs and says, no way, don't worry, I'm not going to do this to you now. I'm going to do it to you later. Again. This is the second time he's done this. Call me a paranoid person if you must, but this feels like stock manipulation, in my view. You're manipulating the stocks so your friends, your compadres, your fellow billionaires are going to make money. And the American people who don't have the billions are going to suffer immensely. To make things worse, you're planning on cutting off jobs from United States veterans at the VA, the Veterans Administration. From what I understand, you're planning to cut 80,000 jobs away from these people. Some of these people really need those jobs. So much for standing up for veterans, right, Trump? We know you don't give a shit about veterans. You show that your entire life. The way you treated your brother, an Air Force officer, before he became an airline pilot. That's all the proof I need on that. Worse off, letting Elon Musk continue to ram roughshod over our government, crippling major industries and agencies that this country sorely needs to survive. Your plans of destroying and dismantling, as you want to put, the Department of Education, who you appointed Linda McMahon, and I wish to God that was a joke, but you appointed the wife of one of your friends, Vince McMahon from the WWE, to do what with the DOE? To just destroy it? Now, I'm not 100% sure that you can do that without the full support of Congress, but we'll see. But the fact is, your plans to destroy the DOE, the Department of Education, will only put more burdens on an already overburdened educational system in this country. Prices are going to go up, taxes are going to go up. The children who need the DOE and the funding are going to get anything because of you. and because of your cronies in red states. Yeah, red states like Alabama that's already cutting off funds from schools. Places like Oklahoma who want the Bible taught in schools. Now, I don't have a problem with that, but they don't want the Bible taught in schools. They want Donald Trump's Bible taught in schools. And this pontificating about Russia and Ukraine. Donald Trump decided to release this truth on Truth Social just this morning. Based on the fact that Russia is absolutely pounding Ukraine on the battlefield right now, I'm strongly considering a large-scale banking sanctions and tariffs on Russia until a ceasefire and final settlement agreement on peace is reached. To Ukraine and Russia, get to the table now before it's too late. Thank you. First things first, you dumb son of a bitch. Russia is already subject to large-scale banking sanctions. There's nothing left to sanction on Russia when it comes to their financial sector. Your threats, like your brain and your ball sack, are empty, Trump. What exactly do you think you're going to get out of this? The answer is nothing. Ukraine might surrender, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I don't think it should happen. Let's remind each other, in case you seem to have forgotten, which obviously you have because your idiotic supporters and you continue to repeat the bullshit Vladimir Putin wants you to repeat. Russia, Vladimir Putin started this war. Ukraine didn't. Vladimir Putin did. And it is really sad that I've got to remind people of that. But I guess I have to. Honestly, this whole week has shown how weak Donald Trump is, how weak his supporters are, how empty-headed Donald Trump is, how empty-headed his supporters are. The fact I see now is that if this is why I have to go through the next 4 years with Trump as president, we may not survive the next 4 years with Trump as president, or anyone else in the MAGA for that matter. Trump is not going to last long as president. He's already committed so many things that he could be impeached for just in the last couple of months. His presidency is no longer tenable, and more to the point, his brain and his physical health are no longer tenable. This man is going to lead this country to flames. In 1 week, he has shown that he is weak, that he's a faker, that he's a poser, that he's nothing more than a coward. You backed off Canada and Mexico when you put the tariffs in because you knew that Americans were not going to stand for it, and the stock market started to crash. You went on and on and on your little speech to Congress about how our country is great again, how America is back, when you're pushing it backwards. Your empty-headed threats to Vladimir Putin, which are nothing more than pontification and fakeness. The fact is, Trump, the shame I feel for my country because of you has only increased. And as far as I'm concerned, you don't represent me or my country any longer. Hell, you won't even represent your own damn supporters. Your supporters who are terrified, and I'm talking about the supporters in Congress, who are terrified of doing town hall meetings because they know Because they know that if they face the people they're supposed to be representing, they would have to show their ass in order to be amusing. If you've seen the video footage as I have, constituents in many of the red states, the red districts, are questioning all of them about Elon Musk and Trump. And none of them will answer. And the answers they give are half-assed. This has not been a good week for you, Trump, or the Republican Party. My advice to you, start packing your offices, because your time in power will come to an end, and there won't be a damn thing that Donald Trump will do to save you. Not because he can't save you, because he won't save you. And the fact that you keep hitching your wagon to him makes you completely pathetic. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.